All right, guys, on this story, we're gonna be in Colorado, velvet mule deer hunting.
That's right. This is actually one of our hunt giveaways. DJ came down for a velvet mule deer hunt. You're gonna be hunting alongside of him.
Yep.
So hopefully you guys can put an arrow in a couple, one or two.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm excited, I know that.
I've been after this buck for 3 years.
That's what it's about. Having fun.
You're gonna be hunting, and then we did a hunt giveaway where all someone had to do to win was subscribe to our YouTube channel and then comment done on the hunt giveaway video. That was it.
Done.
So that is a super good reason for you guys watching right now to follow us on social media and on YouTube. So whenever we do another hunt giveaway, which we will be doing
We will be doing.
a bunch of hunt giveaways in the future, you are privy to enter yourself. 368 right there. Boom. D Jones Outdoors. DJ, you are the official winner.
I just honestly, I couldn't believe, that I had won, and that feeling was like, it was indescribable. It was like, wow, I won. And I kept checking my phone to make sure that it wasn't some kind of spam. I am headed out west to go chase velvet mule deer with John Christopher, Brandon Adams, and Kyle Lopez of My World Outdoors and KB Outdoors as a part of their free mule deer hunt giveaway package that I won last spring. I'm here. I'm on mule deer time, so I'm right on time.
Yeah. He's a hoot. So
Yeah.
he's so excited. We go over there and we get to the rock pile. Here they all come.
So we got to the rock pile and we laid eyes on a couple of shooters.
And this farm is really unique because it's right outside of a good sized town, right off the highway. So when we scout it, we're actually sitting on the side of the road and scouting the alfalfa field that all the deer are going to. Well, we just got to the gravel pit and we're probably, say an hour and a half before dark. And the big bachelor group that JC and DJ have already been watching are already out in the field. Where they're at, most likely they came out right in front of one of our setups, which is great. But they're just out chilling right now on the edge of this alfalfa.
Clockwork.
Got options.
I was like, you're like, oh, there's a good one. Oh, wow, that's bigger than that one. Hey, oh, what? And then you narrow it down to what we're going to consider our 3 or 4 shooters, but the other ones are still game. That's how good they are.
Right.
If another batch.
That's the bachelor group y'all filmed yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So we're still missing the bachelor group that we filmed last night.
Yeah.
And we're hunting with Kyle Lopez of KB Outdoors. I've hunted with him since 2016. And I've had great success, especially on this farm. Killed 2 great mule deer with my bow, velvet mule deer. And I've had other success with him in different parts of the state. So super excited to get back up there. I'm just gonna be in camp hanging out with y'all, deer hunting, and I'm gonna be up in the hills hunting elk. But looking forward to spending time down with y'all on the river bottom chasing these mules. We could not be more grateful to these partners. To be consistently successful in the outdoors, you gotta have equipment that you rely on, and they definitely provide that. Again, thank you so much to these companies, and for more information, visit myworldoutdoors.com.
My name is David Jones Jr. A lot of you guys may know me as DJ Jones. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. I was raised in between Hilliard and Callahan, Florida. I live right now up in northern Minnesota. I love to hunt, I love to fish. I have 2 kids. My oldest son is Colton, he's 5. And my youngest is my daughter, Mule, she just turned 2. I would honestly say my love from the outdoors came from hunting and doing deer dog hunting with my uncle and with my cousins. You know, that was always the most fun. 5, 6, 7-year-old me loved, having my uncle come and picking me up, Friday night after he got off of work and working 16-hour shifts at the plant, and he'd come pick me up, and then I'd meet up with my cousins, and then we'd all go out hunting the next day, and we'd hunt the entire weekend, and that's what I would live for, would be deer dog hunting with my uncle. My love for archery hunting came from my father, who was known around town in Hilliard, Florida as country time. It was always the most fun watching him go out, hunting, and that's who ignited my love, for archery hunting, would be my dad. So basically right now on my social media accounts at D Jones Outdoors on Instagram and D Jones Outdoors on YouTube, my main goal is to basically share my experiences with people, because my uncle always told me you should always want to share your story, because you don't ever know who you'll have in common with, or who you could possibly help, or who could possibly help you. That's my goal right now, and it'll probably always be my goal to share my adventures, and also to continue to promote hunting and fishing in the proper way.
Get up here, we're fixing to do a coin flip and see where me and DJ going. I'm gonna let him call it, and then we'll just rotate every night after this.
It is tails. That is a head.
You cheating? No, I ain't cheating.
It was tails.
You cheating me on live TV, guys. Live TV.
There's a head on the tail.
In 4K right there. You guys.
Kill spot or blind?
So I'm gonna go to the kill spot.
Perfect. I like it. I'm gonna be hanging out with DJ all night, sitting in the same spot that Sam and I killed last year. John's gonna be just up the field in a bog ground blind. We're gonna get a show and a show. So we're gonna be watching them, watching ourselves. They're gonna be watching us and themselves. It's gonna be a fun night.
We're hoping to keep the tradition and the streak going of getting a kill in the kill spot. So I'm set up here. JC's probably another 100, 150 yards, over my left-hand shoulder, set up on the ground blind with axe or running a camera for him. So if these bucks will keep up with the same pattern we've seen for the past 2 nights, one of us is most likely gonna get a shot at one of these great velvet mule deer here. It's gonna be interesting. It's evening 1, day number 1 of the Colorado velvet or the Colorado season. So okay, we got 2 more bucks coming this way. 2 more. I think he's coming. Yeah, he's coming this way.
This segment's brought to you by Ozcut Broadheads. Tough, field point accurate, and designed to be sharpened and reused. As you've seen, we shot a great buck. I shot a great buck, but unfortunately, I made a piss poor shot. I hit him high. Everything is fine with my bow. It's not my equipment. I failed my equipment. And unfortunately, it might cost me the buck of a lifetime right now, and it's not a great feeling. Axel sent us the video of him walking, entering the tree line just a couple 100 yards west of us, so he wasn't walking like he was hurt too bad.
I just made a bad shot. I'd feel a lot better if my shot was lower. I can't make any excuses for the shot, and it could possibly cost me, you know, the only shot opportunity I'm gonna get.
Not a lot of blood.
So we don't like showing, you know, bad shots. You know, we're not trying to promote that, but it happens.
Yep. Everybody does.
We know the deer's fine, first of all. We spotted him multiple times.
Multiple times.
Yeah, a bunch of times after that, and you know, he was getting around like normal. Like, there was no outward signs of anything was wrong with him.
Not only did it hurt to not be able to make that shot opportunity count, was that I had wounded an animal that it's his job to stay alive. It's my job to place that arrow where it's gonna kill him whenever I release it. And I didn't do that, and I failed.
We talked to Kyle, because ultimately Kyle, this is his operation, about the situation, show him the shot. He knows that that's not a lethal shot, and allowed DJ to continue hunting for deer.
I honestly, I'm thankful he gave me another opportunity to get back out there and hunt, because he didn't have to. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also grateful that that buck was able to survive that non-lethal shot, and he's still living.
Well, we just got out of the elk woods and we was running down to the mule deer property, which is, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles away. And as we were getting up to get to our little gravel pit to see what was going on late morning, we spotted a couple big bucks bedded on the irrigation ditch where, frankly, we can get close to them. So we're gonna do. DJ's getting dialed in here, making sure everything's good to go, and then we're gonna go make a stalk. So I think the whole crew's gonna go out, and we're gonna spread out and get within range of a big Colorado mule deer. In my rig, we go up here to the north end of our property, where that fence is, from their angle.
Us coming in from the back.
Yeah, coming in from the back.
Yep.
I'll be behind you with an actual camera as well.
And we're coming up with a plan, and hopefully we can execute today. We were close yesterday, had a bad shot placement, but today is a new day, and we're got a new stalk, so we're gonna make it count. So the entire time we're making this crawl, we're crawling on, you know, cactus, we're crawling on rocks, we're crawling on glass, we're crawling on like this brush and grass. It's extremely loud. And I'm trying to make sure that I got my Hoyt bow, you know, not getting damaged. I got my Cobra release, not getting stuck in the dirt, and trying to keep up with Brandon, because he's, you know, he's more experienced at this than me. So he was leading, and he's a bit bigger than me too. So he's able to cover a little bit more distance fast than what I was too. And
we had this tree picked out, big cottonwood, that we wanted to get to, and use that as cover and kind of look around and make a plan from there. But we thought we was gonna be close enough at that cottonwood. We get to that cottonwood, and we were actually using the traffic as a disguise for our movements. But we can't actually see because there's a bunch of brush there. All we can see is his tips of his antlers. And that was by design, that's what we were trying to do, just use that cover. And luckily the buck walks out, he becomes a full draw.
Missed him. Did you? Yeah. Shut over. We tried. Brandon was able to look at me and tell me, you know, like, after I said I missed him, it's like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I for sure thought it was forward enough that it would be a liver shot, which is a lethal shot, But with the liver shot, you need to give it some time.
We're gonna keep our fingers crossed until we get the arrow, recover the buck. I mean, we were in a situation last night where I thought I smoked him, and I didn't. I made a bad shot. Shot placement was poor, and we didn't recover that animal. And Kyle's been gracious enough to give me another opportunity at one, and I hope I was able to make my redemption shot count today. So
this is where the story gets really crazy. So up to this point, it's just like a normal, awesome.
It's an awesome hunt.
It's an awesome big velvet mule deer, but now it gets wicked weird.
Yeah.
This segment's brought to you by Hoyt Archery. Almost a century of innovation continues today. Get serious. Get Hoyt.
So on this farm, there's a house up by the road. There's a person that rents that house, like just a random renter. Well, that person is an anti-hunter.
Very interesting.
This deer's bedded right outside this guy's fence, so I call him and say, hey, this is what happened. We shot a deer and it ran up to your house and it's bedded on the outside of your fence. The
Shouldn't have called.
words that were said to me, I cannot describe to you because they won't allow to put it on TV.
Yeah.
And what just happened was very,
disrespectful.
it was extremely disrespectful, and I'm talking like I don't know if he's gonna have a gun waiting on us up there. I mean,
But I'll have to tip my hat to Brandon. You know, he stayed professional. He stayed classy. He did not engage in the vulgarity. He crossed the lines of hunter harassment. Yep, he's jumping. He's running him again. He's running him again. Look at him.
And then left his house.
Purposely walk out and cross onto our property and begin bumping the deer that were bedded. So he ended up bumping my buck.
I ain't never been talked to like that by my daddy. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's to the point now to where you either there's no confrontation with him now. I mean, it's fist to cuff.
That's what I just told Kyle. I said the way that he just spoke to us, there's no conversation to be had. The next step is violence, and I don't want violence at all.
Everyone else in the group wanted violence.
I was ready.
He's walking with his cowboy hat. We gotta get this on video for trespassing.
Can you get that? I can't. I don't have the right lens.
You gotta run up the trail.
He's
too.
walking up the irrigation ditch. The buck didn't jump up because he's hurt, but he's like going north, like way north.
He had no idea what he was doing. He's just an anti-hunter that was mad. I don't know what he was actually trying to accomplish.
He did put on his red flannel shirt though. Thought it was orange season, I guess.
Wish I had a glass of sweet tea or whiskey.
What?
Someone's coming down the driveway.
Hopefully.
Is that a game warden?
That is a game warden.
It is?
Let's head up there.
Yeah, it's a
They
game
got a
warden.
kayak in the back. Kayak on the right
Perfect.
side.
You know this guy's name?
Him.
Game warden did a phenomenal job mediating the situation, in my opinion, being the middleman between us and that renter, and he did a great job.
Had an officer come out. He's doing a great job. He's going to assist us in recovering this deer. So we're going to be respectful to, the Colorado officer here and the neighbor. And we're going to go grab our deer and we're going to give him in the back of the truck and we're going to head over. So follow me and let's go see the first buck that was killed ever as a My World Outdoors Hunt giveaway winner. Look at this buck. I'm gonna say this to the end of time, thank you JC, thank you Kyle Lopez, thank you Brandon, thank you Axel, thank you Tyler. You guys have been working hard, all year and for the past 2 days with us, and now here's our reward. A great giant Colorado velvet mule deer, and I couldn't be more blessed to be in this position. But folks at home, if you think this isn't possible, I can tell you how it's possible. Go follow My World Outdoors on Instagram and on YouTube and comment whenever they come up with a giveaway. Again, like I'm proof right here, right now. This is a bucket list buck. It's right here. Like I'm not dreaming. Like I'm really in Colorado with the My World Outdoors crew, and I just shot a giant.
And we all went up there and recovered the buck because while this was all happening, we watched the deer pass. Yep. So it was an easy track. I mean, we knew exactly where the deer was and went right to it. And the game warden did a great job. I'm super grateful for him, and I'm super crazy happy for DJ to experience his first out-of-state velvet mule deer hunt
that moment there when I got my hands on that buck for the first time, like that's when it really sunk in that I really just harvested my first velvet mule deer. Like it really sunk in then, and was amazing. And I'm forever gonna call that buck my redemption buck, because I had to prove a lot to myself, and I proved a lot to the crew, I believe, and I'm just thankful to have that opportunity. And it's definitely something that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. I'll never forget the day that I was able to go elk hunting with Brandon and Tyler, and to turning around less than an hour later than that, arrowing the biggest buck I've ever shot in my entire life, at the longest distance I've ever shot in my entire life, and having the most controversial recovery that I've ever had in my entire life. And that's what always is going to come to mind when I think about that buck, my redemption buck.
All right, so I'm super excited for DJ. You know, he's got his down. We recovered it. Took a little while.
Yeah.
But now it's my turn. I had a lot of close encounters.
Did.
He turned and went straight up the hill and went on over to the alfalfa field. So that's part of it, I guess.
They were all there. I mean, I saw every deer. I mean, it was unbelievable hunts.
One thing I'm mad about is I was like, do I get in the ground blind or do I get in this one?
Right. Just never got one within my range.
Right.
And it's something I feel happy with shooting at.
I got within 80. Wind shifted. As soon as it did, both of them turned and looked at me. I was like, yep, just sat down.
But that'll close out my mule deer Colorado hunt. It was fun.
Right.
See, DJ had the craziest tree walk
recovery
I've ever seen in my life.
That's right. The mule deer hunt may be through. Colorado is not.
It's not there.
We have an upcoming episode that's all elk. We're just a few miles up the road in the hills and chasing elk. I'll be with a bow, and then you'll be coming in with a rifle.
With a rifle.
And let's just say
Some good ones.
Let's just say it happens.